What am I going to tell you now in this match reaction after that you didn't already know about these players? And we're just getting lesson upon lesson and evidence upon more evidence about how crap these players truly are. I really am a glass half full rather than glass half empty sort of person. I'll try and find the positives where I can. But sweet baby Jesus, these players are so... It was like men against boys in that game. Cunha had us on toast the entire game. I kind of jokingly said in a podcast last week, I was like, if United ever got into a scrap, all of them, like a 5-on-5, who would you back in your United 5? Would they win? They wouldn't. These players, man. Mentally, they are so emotionally fragile in a game. The swings, they get pulled left, right and centre. Bruno with a quite frankly ridiculous tackle on a yellow, and we played the whole second half with 10 men. But just regardless of that, Amorim spoke about the storm that was coming, and it is just peak Manchester United to go away against City and do what we did there and then lose the next 3 consecutive games. It is peak Manchester United to go away against the one team in the league who has conceded more goals from set pieces than you have, nearly double the amount, in fact, and then concede a goal straight from a corner against them and offer absolutely no threat going forward. But in the duels, in the mentality, in the quality, everywhere you look at that team, you're like, ugh. And you're heading into 2025, and it feels partly ridiculous, in my opinion, the fact that I'm saying here with complete confidence that Ruben Amorim needs more, not needs more, but needs new signings, needs different players. Man, the Cunha performance, it didn't even feel like he was trying that hard. He didn't have a bead of sweat on his head at the end of that game, and I don't particularly think he needed to. And he just held us at arm's length, like, there you go, I'm coming in here. It's like Wolves were bullying us without even really trying that hard, and it's just, I'm tired of it all. I'm tired of United just, as I said, I've come to the realisation that, the whole concept of glass half full doesn't apply to this Manchester United squad right now. Look, we've conceded 2 goals directly from corners in the last 3 games. Brilliant news. Wolves played the system perfectly there. Got a man in front of Onana, a man behind Onana, just lean in on him. Cunha, go for the far corner, boom. See if the ref does anything. The ref didn't do anything. Job's a good one. Easiest goal easiest goal you're ever going to score. It was a great corner from Cunha, but it's like an NFL play. Aim for the corner, just lean on the keeper, see what happens. Got the goal. Brilliant. And then as soon as this happened, everything shifted. And Bruno has strengths. Bruno's the most creative player that we have had in this squad for years. Bruno has weaknesses. And the majority of Bruno's weaknesses revolve around emotions. For Manchester United to get back to the top, we have to be able to play like a well-oiled machine, ruthless, decisive, sometimes robotic in the patterns that you play. That's just how football is now. You can be pissed off about it, or individualism, blah, 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 blah. That's just how the top teams do it. That's what City did for so long. Of course, with Peds and, cheating too. But Bruno is the biggest weakness of his game is the emotional side of it. When it works for him, it's brilliant. But the problem with emotions is you can't always control them. And Bruno's a definition of that. And this whole squad is the definition of that. Bruno let himself down there, let his teammates down. You're on a yellow card. It's 1 minute into the second half and you do that. And you put your team down to 10 men away from home against Wolves, who have now got a goal up. And it's the new manager bounce. Vitor Pereira's first home game. They are going to... They just controlled us. They had us at arm's length. It was men against boys. We need at least one new wing-back in January. And the thing is, like, the fact that 600 million was spent under Erik ten Hag, again, it comes down to, jeez, who was in charge of buying those players? Who was in charge of the profiling of those players? And Ten Hag was largely responsible for quite a few targets that we went after. Anthony, of course, the biggest and worst example. But that's what I mean. What more can I say? Cunha was the difference maker, but Cunha, you look at him and you drop him into that attacking midfield role and you think about the Amorim system, whether it's Morgan Rogers at Villa, whether it's Matheus Cunha at Wolves, it's these players right now. Would you say, it's the trending player? Well, decisive, physical, ball-carrying midfielders who can create, who can score, who are physical with and without the ball. It is a particular modern profile in that attacking midfield role and one that we don't really have inside this squad. Cunha just stood out, head and shoulders above. Højlund tonight, I saw him getting really frustrated in the first half, and I can't blame him. Because Amorim is trying to make us slow our game down and trying to have the ball, hold the ball. Don't always look for the balls in behind. So much of what Højlund was doing was getting ignored, and then whenever he would get the ball into his feet, he was getting touch tight with the Wolves defenders, and it wasn't working for him, and he was getting frustrated. Ahmad is the most creative player right now in this team, and he's almost like he would be our best right wing-back and also our best right attacking midfielder, but he can't play in both positions. Because if we played him deeper, we'd probably be better at playing out from the back with the ball, but you want him closer to the opposition's goal. But again, everybody was just getting aggressive. Ugarte was, he was one of our better players again today. Mazraoui, I think, is going to be a better, he's not going to be. He is a better wide centre-back than he is a wing-back. We don't have the wing-backs in this squad, man. That is the specialist position where we are going to have to simply spend. But we are so struggling so badly with our finances that I don't know where those finances are going to come from. Amorim spoke about the Storm, but it's just it feels so easy to make a game plan to come up against United. So basic. You haven't got to create unorthodox styles of build-up to break through our resilient defence. It's it's fucking basic. They're a bit weak. Just bully them a little bit. They're going to respond and use their emotions against them. If you use their emotions against them, they're going to start making decisions that they probably shouldn't be. And set pieces, you know what to do. Get your elbows in, nudge your shoulders, see what happens. That's all Wolves did tonight. But they did it very well. They used the new manager bounce, and Cunha had us on toast. But yeah, as I said, I'm a glass half full, empty kind of guy. I always try to look for the positives. But a reality is really setting in for me with this squad that I have been too generous. So much evidence is building, and it's under another new manager. That was disgusting. Yeah. Thanks for the festive fun, United.